Hello scholars, Captain Daniel Johnston here. In today's lesson, we're going to take a look at Benedict Arnold's betrayal to understand more about the importance of leaders recognizing the achievements of their people. Alright, let's jump on in. Wanting to be recognized for the good things we do is a basic desire that all people share. Those leaders who understand this and work to satisfy this need will motivate their people to perform at their highest potential. Not only will the individual being recognized be motivated to continue their high performance, it will also be a signal to others of what behavior is rewarded and encourage them to imitate that behavior. The only problem is that in life there is no status quo. If you're not progressing, then you're regressing. The same principle holds true with recognizing your people. If you are not recognizing your people, it is not seen as a neutral act or keeping the status quo. It is seen as a negative, a message to your people that their leadership does not care about what they do. If not recognized for their work, there is a real danger the high performers in an organization will feel taken for granted, causing them to either become complacent or just simply leave. For many U.S. history buffs, the name Benedict Arnold is synonymous with the word traitor. This is because General Arnold betrayed our founding fathers during the American Revolution by switching sides in the middle of the war. What many don't realize, however, is that General Arnold was also one of the best field officers of his day. Without him, the American Revolution would not have had some of its early successes. One of his pivotal moments was during a battle against the British general John Burgoyne and his invading forces in 1777. During the pivotal battle of Bemis Heights, General Arnold defied orders from his commanding officer, General Horatio Gates, and took his forces directly into the British line, attacking them head-on and setting General Burgoyne's men into disarray. Burgoyne surrendered his entire army to General Gates at Saratoga after just 10 days. News of this victory in Europe was the final push that France needed to make the decision to enter the war on the side of the Americans. After all he had sacrificed for his country, how were the British able to convince General Arnold to betray the country he had fought so hard for? The answer is actually pretty simple. General Arnold felt immense discontent due to the lack of recognition he received from both the Continental Army and the Continental Congress. After his superior service, 5 junior officers were promoted over General Arnold due to the Continental Congress wanting to keep the number of generals from each state even. This lack of perceived appreciation left General Arnold questioning his already fragile allegiance to the young country. British officer Major Jon Andre took advantage of this by convincing General Arnold to become what would end up being the most notorious traitor in United States history. Arnold's early biography detailed his conversation with Major Andre, writing, "Major Jon Andre, but what cares Congress for your services, your wounds, and your losses? Your enemies in Congress do not thank you. I have even been told that in your last fight with Burgoyne, when you so crippled him as to compel his surrender, you fought as a volunteer and without a command, and that while you were leading the troops, Gates was in his tent, not even going upon the field at all. Yet he received Burgoyne's sword, a medal from Congress, and all the honors of victory, and he, forsooth, is the hero of Saratoga." General Benedict Arnold. Yes, all this and more is true, and this, in part, has driven me to my present conduct. With the actions they choose to display, leadership affects those working under them. General Arnold is undoubtedly responsible for his own actions, but in a different world where the leaders of the American Revolution gave him proper recognition, he might have ended up being one of the country's greatest heroes, instead of a notorious traitor. Recognition is a powerful tool that leaders have access to, and it should be used as much as possible without diluting its effect. To a leader, these awards, shout-outs, and minor recognitions might not seem like a big deal, but to those people who receive the honors, it can make the difference between a person eagerly taking pride in their work and feeling like they have to drag themselves in every day to do the bare minimum. The story of Benedict Arnold was a tragedy, both for the United States and for him personally. How can you as a leader make sure that your organization is an environment where your people feel appreciated? The first thing you need to understand are the contributions that your people are making on a daily basis. Although it is usually the high-profile projects that get all the attention, there is work happening every day in your organization that deserves recognition. The easiest way to understand this is to get out and see it for yourself. It is fine if you get some of this information secondhand, but it is difficult to truly grasp all the good work your people are doing from behind your desk. Once you understand what kind of effort your people are putting in and know who your high performers are, you need to be deliberate with how you use that information. When it comes to recognizing people, my rule of thumb is to make it as public as possible. I will usually bring airmen up to the squadron production meeting so that they are honored in front of their flight leadership as well as the leadership of other flights in the squadron. If that's not possible, I will go down to their workstation and recognize them in front of their peers. These kind of actions take so little effort from you as a leader, but just might mean the world to your people. Alright scholars, I have a challenge for you from today's lesson. I want each of you to answer the question, what kind of work do you consider being worthy of recognition? And how do you recognize that effort? Make sure to put your answer in the comments so that we can all learn from each other. Alright, till next time, Keep on learning. Thank you for watching. Much of what I go over in my lessons can be found in my book, Mission First, People Always, which is available for purchase through the link in the description of the video. If you enjoyed today's video and want to watch more leadership lessons, then make sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel.